What's up, my crew members? My name is Andrew from the Superhero Crew, and I'm here with Coach from the Superhero Crew. Today, we got a separate video talking about Batman 51. So yes, guys, separate video for talking about Batman 51, because we got a couple of things to say about it, and this is kind of like comic talk, like a 0.5, I guess. Right. But whatever, we're just going to have like a longer discussion about this, because we have a lot to say about this. But
so if you didn't read 50, we're just going to talk about it anyway. The wedding's over. Catwoman went on her own. We did that review.
Yes, the card will be somewhere.
All right. Now it's time. All right, so I guess it's like the arc is over. The whole build-up was over. Go check out that video because we kind of, we hated the wedding.
Yeah.
So now, all right, let's get back to business. Let's go to Batman. So what does Batman do in this particular...
Well, he's having a good time, beating the crap out of Mr. Freeze.
Right.
So... basically, so Bruce Wayne is going for jury duty because Mr. Freeze is on trial because he apparently killed some people, and
who brought him to justice?
Oh, Batman did, but wait a minute, Bruce Wayne's going to jury duty? Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Well, now he has to do jury duty because he's always saying about how it's important to be an upstanding citizen of Gotham, and even though he's the billionaire or trillionaire, whatever he is, he's still got to do his civic duty. So
yeah, and we see that that couple women were killed. Batman's like really beating the crap out of Mr. Freeze,
right,
and saying talk, and eventually Mr. Freeze does confess to killing the people. But at the trial, he says that he did it only
under duress from beating up, getting pummeled by Batman.
to stop getting beaten up by Batman. And we got this cool shot, which reminds me of a movie called 12 Angry Men, which is a great movie, by the way.
It was a great book, great movie. So, I think, like you said, I think Tom King is having liberty with 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's basically very similar. But if Batman was in the movie, this is what it would be like.
Yeah. So it's basically 12 Angry Men with Batman.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And we actually see that Bruce Wayne's in a hotel, and he sees the bat signal, doesn't answer it, but that's because Dick Grayson is actually dressing up as Batman because he's taking over
filling
for now.
in for him, and he's like, and it's funny because Commissioner Gordon's like, "You're not him, you're the other him." He goes, "It doesn't matter, whatever."
Yeah, and then the commissioner's like, "Is he all right?" And Dick is like, "No."
And it's funny because he's got the bat symbol without the yellow around it, so
Does he?
There's no yellow. It's just a black symbol, like the new yellow around the Batman.
Yeah.
Kind of, that's kind of like the old Adam West because he had the yellow kind of oblong sphere.
I think he does have the yellow. It's just really hard to see because they don't really show his chest that much. You can kind of see the yellow.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But we see Batman, or Dick Grayson Batman, doing the autopsy on one of the victims.
No, that's actually regular Batman. That's regular Batman. Is
that regular Batman?
Yeah, you know why? Because
that's confusing.
No, you know why? Tom King is like Quentin Tarantino. If you've ever seen Reservoir Dogs or you've ever seen Pulp Fiction, there's a story that goes on. But he'll tell you this part of the story first, but this part here, and then it all interconnects. So what happens is that when he's on trial, Commissioner Gordon is in the morgue with the victim, and Batman comes in and helps with the autopsy and reveals stuff that the medical examiner missed. So then while he's on trial, while Commissioner Gordon is on trial, they ask him, well, is Batman certified to be to be in there to do an autopsy on somebody to reveal stuff? And Commissioner Gordon says no. So it's the way it is now is the comic books, it started in the 90s, in the late 90s going forward, where it was more like, okay, well, Batman would come in, cut the person open, look, and say, look, the Joker did this because, look, there's a question mark here. And it was hidden behind a riddle and something like that. Okay, and then be like, wow, Batman's so smart. But now it's like, well, what if that was your girlfriend, your wife, and your sister or something?
It's like, I wouldn't want Batman.
You want Batman, messing around in there, whatever. But then again, it might be, well, Batman found something and, he went to get. So now it becomes the moral and ethical issue. Do we let this vigilante who people love or hate? There's no middle ground to him. And do we let him do what he wants to do at all times? Or do we stop him because, hey, he's beating up guys, now he's cutting up women. Even though he was right, he shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
So now that's the moral dilemma in there.
And we also find out that the women were killed from natural causes. They weren't murdered, because that's what Batman found out. Mm-hmm. And we also, this part's weird how Batman, Dick Grayson, goes to beat up Killer Croc, mm-hmm. and he starts attacking Killer Croc, and he leaves Batman, Bruce Wayne, a message talking out loud to Croc, mm-hmm. which is like, oh, okay, so it's like, oh, hey, Bruce Wayne, mm-hmm. it's Dick Grayson, I'm just, wondering if you're okay. That's basically what he does in front of Killer Croc, which I think Killer Croc is technically a good guy, so that's what I heard. Like, apparently Killer Croc's a good guy, but I don't know what's going on here. Whatever, I don't think it really matters.
And I don't Clayface isn't a good.
Well, I think Killer Croc is also a good, apparently.
Okay.
But I don't know.
That's okay.
But whatever. And
I kind of like Killer Croc.
Yeah, and then Batman is with like the group of the jurors, and they mentioned something about about marriages, and he gets up, rips out a urinal, and just throws it at the wall in the bathroom.
So now
he screams.
But that goes back to the Joker was right, and then Catwoman followed what the Joker said. So now he's Batman, and he's miserable. So he's like a good Batman and miserable. Yeah. But he's not happy.
Well, he's not being a good Batman if he's beating the crap out of Mr. Freeze.
He's going to kill nobody.
So, well, we'll have to get to that in a second. And then
Harvey.
Harvey Bullock says, yeah, we found a batarang in his head, in like his face, in his cheek, with a note said, he did it, ask him. And then that's where we find out Mr. Freeze just said that he did it so that he could stop getting beaten up by Batman. And then, we see a one-page splash.
Right. So what happened? Cool. So like we said, it's going on and on and on. And as the trial's unfolding and the evidence is being brought to it, we get into the story also. But we see it from the artist's view. So like I said, it's all out of proportion. It seems to be what Tom King does. It's like, let me give you a little bit. Then we'll go back a little bit, but then they'll give you a little bit forward, but then we go back, but then we go forward too much, but then we go back. It's like it's never a straight timeline.
Yeah, and then this is where the 12 Angry Men thing comes in. It comes in, if you haven't seen 12 Angry Men, that's a great movie. The original,
the black and white Henry Fonda.
Yeah. Then we see one of the jurors is like, okay, he's a villain. He's obviously guilty. Who says he's guilty?
And everybody's they're from Gotham, so it's like, well, Batman really doesn't mess up that much. We don't approve of what he's doing, but we know this guy's a criminal. And then one juror doesn't agree.
Yes, and that one juror is Bruce Wayne. Wow. So I think, and that's obviously where the 12 Angry Men thing comes in, but it's cool because it's like, okay, so Batman, or Bruce Wayne, knows that he's wrong, and that maybe he feels bad for Freeze, you know what I mean? He feels bad for Freeze, and now he's like, okay, well, I, regret beating the crap out of him because I let my anger out because of the whole wedding situation.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on. And I like how Dick Grayson is filling in, because there needs to be a Batman.
Well, if Bruce Wayne's on trial and Batman's out there, look, it's not me.
Yeah, and Dick Grayson's been Batman before, obviously,
Yeah, when Batman went back in time.
Yeah, and that whole situation. But that was Batman 51. What'd you think?
Oh, I liked it.
This is so much better than the wedding issue. It's a big step forward, I gotta say.
I think though, in a way, the wedding, which we disliked, will be a lingering thing for Batman because he's going to get pissed off and loses. It's like the one thing that's going to unravel Batman.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's Batman 51. Now, my problem with it is that this issue is $3.99, and I didn't realize that it was $3.99. But guess what, guys? From now on, Batman is going to be $3.99 twice a month now. Can you believe that? You want us to come off the heels of a terrible Batman wedding issue, off of Batman 50, which wasn't good.
It wasn't good, but what's the overall consensus? People who comic collectors and stuff. What was the Do people like it? Did they
Well,
dislike
I've
it?
seen a lot of people on YouTube and stuff like that saying how they didn't like it, and a lot of
So we're not the only ones.
yeah,
Okay.
we are not the only ones at all. There are a lot of people that do not like The Wedding, but this was better than The Wedding. But my problem is we're coming off of the heels of The Wedding that was not good, and you're expecting us to pay an extra $1 for a twice-a-month book. Wonder Woman just hit issue 50. They had an extra-sized anniversary issue ending the Dark God story arc. It's a great issue. And it's still $2.99 twice a month. Red Hood and the Outlaws is once a month. And that's $3.99.
Maybe this is going to be worth a lot. Maybe it was supposed to be $2.99. They put $3.99 by accident of it. It's going to be a big mistake, and this is going to be worth a lot of money.
Well, I don't think so, because I checked Batman 52 when that comes out, and that's also $3.99. That's ridiculous. You want us to pay... Yeah, drawing the line at $2.99, my behind. Come on, guys. Come on, DC. What are you doing? You want us to pay an extra issue for Batman?
$2.
An extra...
$2 a month.
Yeah, an extra $2 a month. But yeah, that's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Coming off the heels of a bad issue, you want us to pay an extra $2 a month? That's stupid. Mm-hmm. That's really stupid. The issue does feel bigger, though. Like, it does feel longer, though. You know, so I guess it is worth the extra $1 because, you know...
If you get more pages, it's worth it. But if they just slapped it on there and it's the same amount as before, then...
Yeah, I mean, it felt like there was more things that were going on in this than, like, you know, the other issues. But I think that's ridiculous. And especially that The Wedding was $5. Plus, Catwoman was actually good. And that's $3.99 once a month. You know what I mean? It's like that's so stupid. It's really stupid, and that's a big problem. You know, and honestly, like if Batman starts going downhill, like the book starts going downhill, and it's not as good,
the problem
then that's when I officially stop.
The problem is that it's not going downhill. It's actually getting better. So
yeah, but
you're stuck.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens after this arc. And what happens, you know? Mm-hmm. But I think that's just ridiculous that you wanted us to pay $5 for a Wedding issue, then now $3.99. So you want us to pay an extra extra $2 a month, you know, an extra $1 for the Batman comics. I think that's stupid. It's really stupid, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
But that's what gets me. That's what gets me. Like, it's a good issue, but that's what gets me. But what would you give Batman 51?
8.5.
8.5. I'd give it a 7. It's
No,
good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good.
It's the start of a new arc, so.
But not that good. So, you know, we'll have to see. I was excited for a Mr. Freeze arc, but now, like, I was excited for that, but then it's like, now it's just...
Yeah, he's
just a plot device. He's not even, like, you know... He might not even be guilty, you know? Like, I want to see what Mr. Freeze is doing, and, like, I'm interested. I like Mr. Freeze. He's a cool character, and this would have been a good chance for Tom King to make Mr. Freeze cool again. Pun intended. But, obviously, that's not happening, or maybe Mr. Freeze did do it, and Batman's letting him off the hook, you know, but we'll have to see. But, so that was Batman 51. We wanted to do a separate video because we had more to say about it. And, you know, instead of throwing it in with Comic Talk, that would have been a longer video. But, yeah, so Batman 51. That price point is lowered it. Well, I would have given it an 8.
I should take off, what, like 2 points just for being...
Yeah, I would have given it an 8, but going to $3.99 is made it lose a whole point. So, but, yeah, guys, so that's it. If you liked the video, please like, got any questions, comment down below, and subscribe for more comic videos, and we'll see you in the next one.